Hey, what's up my people, IceRestrict12 here, and today I'm bringing you 5 different engines that are super splashable and super powerful that you can put in almost any Yu-Gi-Oh deck out there in the current format. Now there's a lot of engines that can help you, achieve some crazy boards. I'm thinking of the Psychic Wheel Leader and the Tracker engine that is very splashable, especially in decks like Phantom Knights. But the strategies or the engines that I want to present to you today are not so much a means to an end, but they are the ends themselves. These are engines that are going to make your deck much stronger, much more powerful, and they're going to allow you to compete a lot better in today's meta. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at these 5 engines and let's get started. Alright guys, so the first engine that is very splashable and very powerful that I want to talk about is the Dogmatica engine. Now the way the Dogmatica engine works is you're going to be using cards like Nadir Servant or Ecclesia to look for other cards that are not only going to give you card economy, but they're going to help you keep your opponent at bay. So for instance, one of the cards that most players always search for is Dogmatica Punishment. This amazing trap card, you're able to activate it during your opponent's turn and send a card from your extra deck to the graveyard. Now in Yu-Gi-Oh, there is a plethora of cards that have effects when they hit the graveyard. Cards from the extra deck, we're talking about things like Elder Entity Entis, or things such as Pegasus Adagnister, that when something is destroyed, you can banish this card from your graveyard to return a monster your opponent controls into the deck. And Entis allows you to destroy a card your opponent controls. So not only do you get to pop something with Dogmatica Punishment, but you also get to either pop something, or there's things like the Paleozoic Cambraster card that you can banish it to protect your set back row. So there's so many cards you can send to the graveyard that have so many different utilities, and you still get to pop one card. Now you can also get cards like Fleur de Lis that allow you to negate a monster's effect, and it's kind of a big beater that can help you swing for game. So the Dogmatica engine, very powerful, very splashable. Just keep in mind it will lock you out of the extra deck, so if your deck doesn't depend on the extra deck, this is definitely one you want to consider. Very well guys, and the next one I want to talk about, this is a more recent engine that is very splashable and it is really powerful. It is the Brave Token engine. Now the way this works is you're going to use spell cards like Rite of Eremisier to be able to special summon a very powerful token with 2000 attack on the field. Now this is also going to allow you to get a card that is very vital to this strategy called Fateful Journey. Now Fateful Journey is going to allow you to also bring cards like Griffin Rider that are going to help you negate anything your opponent activates, and you're going to be able to equip your token with cards like the Rideable Dragon, I believe it's called Dracoback Rider or something like that. But that card is going to, if it's equipped to your token, is going to allow you to bounce cards on the field to your opponent's hand. So this is very splashable, it is very powerful. You basically get an Omni Negate every turn, and you also get to bounce a card on the field back to your opponent's hand, which is actually one of the best forms of removal into the Yu-Gi-Oh, where most monsters have protection against destruction or banishment or anything like that. So this is definitely a good one to consider. Awesome guys, and moving forward, another very splashable engine that you can use to boost the power of your deck. It is a little bit of an oldie, kind of fell out of grace when Phoenix Enforcer came on the scene, but is the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon package. All you need is, you need 2 bricks. You need Dark Magician and Red Eyes Black Dragon, but if you're able to get Red Eyes Dark Dragoon on the field using cards like Red Eyes Fusion, you're gonna have a monster that cannot be targeted, cannot be destroyed, negates and destroys and burns your opponent. So this one is a super splashable engine, and the best part is that you can make it with cards like Protoplant Verte Anaconda, that only by paying 2,000 life points, you're going to be able to bring a monster onto the field that is so difficult to get rid of. And the cool thing about this engine is that, it's super splashable, so you see a lot of decks that are, pretty average get a huge boost in, what they can do thanks to this engine. So if you can afford it, absolutely, this is one to consider. Very well, guys, and the next engine that is super splashable is the Phoenix Enforcer package. Now, all you need is Destiny Fusion and Celestial plus Dasher, and you're able to bring a fusion monster that not only destroys 2 cards on the field, but is able to come back from the graveyard anytime it's destroyed by a card effect. Now, this might not seem like it, but it's such a good card because this is such an amazing and unorthodox form of protection. You know, while cards like Red Eyes are Dragoon just kind of do their job and sit there waiting for you to get rid of them, Phoenix Enforcer, by going to the graveyard, sometimes that's how it avoids getting destroyed or being dealt with, and then comes back the next turn just to do it all over again. So yeah, you are playing 2 bricks as well that usually don't have much utility in your deck, but unlike the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon package that is straight up bricks with Red Eyes and Dark Magician, at least some of these cards actually have some utility. So for instance, the Hero Celestial, if it is in your graveyard, you can banish it to draw 2 cards. So that's actually not bad at all. And Phoenix Enforcer is just such an impressive card because that card is just going to keep coming back turn after turn to do the same exact thing. And it's really hard for your opponent to keep up with card economy when you can continuously destroy his or her cards every turn. So this is an amazing, very splashable engine that you can put in your deck. And the ban list restricting Fusion Destiny to 2 did absolutely nothing to it. You can still bring it with cards like Verte Anaconda, no problem. So this is definitely one you want to consider. Very well, guys, and we made it to the end of the video. Now, the very last, very splashable, very powerful engine I want to talk about is the Artifact engine. Now, the Artifact engine doesn't really take a lot of space in your deck. All you need is Artifact Dacta in your extra deck, and if you want to play a copy or 2 of Artifact Sanctum, you can. But the way this strategy works, or this engine works, is that you are going to be trying to special summon Artifact Scythe on your field on your opponent's turn. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to completely lock your opponent out of his or her extra deck. And if you can lock your opponent out of the extra deck for just 1 turn, you might actually win the entire game. Now, the reason why is because, you know, aside from some strategies like Flow Under Ease or Dinosaur, which their boss monsters are part of the main deck, most strategies in 2022 Yu-Gi-Oh! Their boss monsters are in the extra deck. So if you can lock them from being able to bring their most powerful monsters onto the field, you're pretty sure to win that match. Alright, guys, so with that out of the way, guys, that was my 5 very splashable, very powerful cards and engines for the 2022 format. If you like my content, please, guys, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section if I missed any of them, or what do you think about these very splashable engines, or if you're gonna put them in your deck, or if you already play them, let me know how they're working out for you. All right, guys, so with that out of the way, guys, have an awesome week, and I'll see you in the next one.